And welcome back to Non-Stop Wrestling Raw, episode 25, part 2. My name is Beautiful Dave Easton. I am alongside SmackDown's Matt Rhodes. And Matt, so far tonight, we have seen Mark Russ become Hardcore Champion, Paige advancing in the tournament, and Wyatt family destroying Trey Donovan and Corey Graves.
Yeah, not to mention Big E Langston just taking out RVD. I mean, it's been an exciting night, and who could have saw Mark Russ coming in and win the Hardcore title over Big Boss Man, and now possibly going to WrestleMania and defending that Hardcore title.
Yeah, Fatal 4 we announced. Coming up next, though, what about this match? We have got, I do apologise. Paul Heyman interrupting us. Well, I didn't expect Paul Heyman to be here. Talking to Michael Cole backstage, along with Chris Jericho. Let's see what Paul Heyman has to say. Chris Jericho needed a tag partner. Well, it is. Daniel Bryan and Antonio Cesaro going to team up later on. Chris Jericho. What are they going to be seeing here? And then who is the newest Paul Heyman guy? Let's see what Paul Heyman is. Ryback. Well, there you go.
Very good addition to our.
Did you know about this,
stable.
Matt?
I had heard rumors. I wasn't at liberty to say, though. I was told to keep it hush-hush, that if they got let out, then I might lose my spot, so.
Why is Ryback joining Paul Heyman? I don't understand. Yes, and Cole, I do agree. That is a bit of a shock. Well, there you go. Ryback, Chris Jericho against Daniel Bryan and Antonio Cesaro. But this match, Matt, has been ruined. It is Miz and the Usos are taking on Zack Starr and the Spotlight. Very interesting match coming up.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension that's been building for this match, and a lot of egos and a lot of stuff that just wants to get settled between these six competitors.
And what about this guy, Matt? Miz shocking us all a few weeks ago when he helped Daniel Bryan retain the title against Zack Starr the night after Survivor Series.
Yeah, we really appreciate the Miz coming out and helping Daniel Bryan and keeping his title so we do not lose it to Zack Starr and possibly to never be seen again.
Well, yeah, indeed. And here is our NSW Tag Team title holders, the Usos, who now know they will face the Spotlight at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it'll be a very interesting match. The two teams I don't think I've ever faced off against each other, so they'll have to definitely do their work in trying to come up with a plan to take each other down. So.
Well, these two guys, very exciting since coming into Non-Stop Wrestling, and especially taking the belts off Kings of Wrestling at Survivor Series. What a chance to have really to end season 1 on a high by beating the Spotlight.
Yeah, you could definitely give them a nice boost to head into season 2. But the Spotlight's been a definite thorn in the side of everybody here at NSW.
Well, let's see how these three guys get on. And here is, well, really the guy that started all this, well, what can I call it? Crap. Zack Starr.
Yeah, I think we should just kind of let him head to the ring, do the talking in the ring rather than on the mic anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why people seem to let him have the mic, but well, here we go. Zack Starr and Spotlight going to team up since the first time since Survivor Series, and here are the number 1 contenders for the NSW Tag Team titles. And God, man, what a disaster it would be if these two left WrestleMania with the belts.
Yeah, it would definitely be the lowest spot in NSW this year.
Kind of let them leave with our titles.
Yeah, hopefully the Usos can really take it to them and put them out, and maybe they can weaken them tonight in this matchup here.
6-man tag team match, 1 fall to the finish. It is going to be very exciting to see if, well, these two to start. Come on, Miz, you've got to try and take Zack Starr down early, but Zack Starr has been trying to get back at the Miz ever since I was to see that title match a few weeks ago for the world title. And well, we just got to hope that these boys here can do a better job than the guys at Survivor Series.
Yeah, hopefully they can do a lot better and maybe come out with a victory over these two, and we can kind of start shutting them up and start putting the win columns in our side.
Yeah, and also nice that the Spotlight actually turn up. Remember, Zack said a few weeks ago they do better things on a Monday night. Maybe just since they became number 1 contenders last week, maybe they could show up when they're supposed to.
Yeah, kind of interesting to see how this match is going to turn out. Hopefully we can put another mark on our wins in the column and whatnot.
Yeah, and indeed, going into WrestleMania, if the Usos can defeat Spotlight, maybe you can just send them away for good. Maybe it could be the last we see them here in NSW. Miz, though, just really in the wrong part of town, Miz. You need to get back in the ring, and Zack Starr helping him back there. But really, Miz is not going to try and do too much here. He's really got to try and get the Usos in frequent tags here, especially not trying to get his ego against Zack Starr. Remember, Miz and Zack Starr were buddies when NSW first started, until Zack Starr turned really and attacked Miz when he returned a few weeks ago, and this really led to Miz getting attacked before Survivor Series. So it's been back and forth, Matt, ever since.
Maybe the Miz is feeling kind of rejected that Zack Starr didn't think he was good enough to be his tag team partner. Maybe he's just feeling a little jealous and wanting to get revenge.
Well, whatever happens, maybe the Miz can do a big favour for NSW here. Look at this, going for the submission move early on, and easily broken up Zack Starr with the kick, and then a big high knee by Jax, and Jackpot's still in the ring. Referee needs to get him out here, counting him out here. Come on, ref, do your job. Jax continue to work on the Miz, and see, that's what you get. Try and be cocky, and Miz can turn it around just like that on you. And I think this is Jimmy Uso we're going to see for the first time.
Yeah, it looked like Jax thought they had the advantage at that point, and he was proven wrong.
Indeed. Raw continues, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We'll be back at the conclusion of this match. This is the Mundo here with a very important message. All the wrestlers here in Non-Stop Wrestling are professionally trained athletes. We urge our fans not to try this at home, school, or anywhere. Stay safe. Don't try this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, as you're back with a bit of reversal going on here. Miz and Zack Starr trying to outdo each other, back and forth. And well, I think Jey Uso had enough of that and just decided to break it up. During the break though, Miz, wrong side of town. Whoa, look at that! Zack Starr trying to go for the Corey Graves sort of illusion there, and trying to get Miz out of this one quite early. Remember, one pinfall wins the match. And well, not enough of that. Matt Rhodes, well, you have to say, you have to give Zack Starr and the Spotlight a lot of credit during the break.
Yeah, like I said, they're very good, accomplished athletes, and they can really get the job done in the ring. That's why we need to make sure we're definitely getting, I don't know, some idea on how to take them out, because they're definitely qualified.
Yeah, the thing is, we need to make sure that the Usos coming up to WrestleMania can make sure that they know what's coming up against them, because Spotlight, remember, the first ever World Tag Team Champions way back when, so they know how to get the job done as well. So it is very, very difficult coming up to WrestleMania season and only 30 nights. Jax going for the win on the Miz. Miz really needs to get a tag here. He's sort of doing a lot of the work, Matt, by himself. Maybe trying to show, as you say before the break, Zack Starr, that he can do it by himself. But look at this, Jax going for another cover and gets a one in it, really about 3/4. And continuing to work on, there's that $1 Million Dream move that he likes to lock in. I think Jey Uso manages to break that up, and that is just very important. Is Miz in a lot of trouble?
Yeah, it's kind of just breaking down. The ref needs to kind of get control of it. But the Miz has really shown his tenacity in coming back here.
Look at this, Miz. Hits Jax. Could he get the win here? And he did it! Well, you have to say, that is impressive stuff. The Miz doing most of the work by himself. Really showing Zack Starr that he means business. And you've got to say, Matt, it's a big win for NSW.
Yeah, very impressive win, and Miz has definitely shown, and hopefully Tim Jones is taken aware of that and will help him in his career eventually.
Indeed, Miz and the Usos, fantastic win for them tonight. And that is really just put a cat among the pigeons, you would say. And maybe this could be the scene at WrestleMania and the Usos retaining their titles. We will find out in 13 nights. But for now, the Miz and the Usos victorious on Raw.
Very good matchup.
Oh no, but why has he got a mic again? Well, he's now offering Miz a steel cage match at WrestleMania, Matt. What do you think about that?
I hope Miz takes him up on that challenge. I think Miz could definitely show him a thing or two in the ring.
And look, see, Time is ticking. Do you think you can save this crap? Who does he think he is? You've just got beat. Well, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is the #1 contendership match for Daniel Cage's United States title. Bray Wyatt, the former champion, against another former champion, Christian. The winner will face Daniel Cage at WrestleMania. And well, Matt, what about this guy? Bray Wyatt lost the title last week to Daniel Cage and now has to be in a #1 contendership match to really try and get a shot at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think he's really looking to take Christian out here because he's been thrown in the side of Bray Wyatt for a while now.
Yeah, and Luke Harper, you can see out at ringside. This is going to definitely be a big advantage for Bray Wyatt in this #1 contendership match. And you've got to say, we've seen what Luke Harper can do earlier on tonight. Really, Christian has got to be careful in this one.
Yeah, he's gonna have to watch out for Luke Harper out there and definitely keep his head out on a swivel and kind of make sure he doesn't turn his back too much to him.
Yeah, and Christian, former United States champion, lost at a Survivor Series to Bray Wyatt, so really would want his chance to see his peeps at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting matchup seeing Daniel Cage going against Christian Cage.
Yeah, indeed, we will hope this. Well, he's got to get past Bray Wyatt. No small task there. So let's see what happens in this one. It is the #1 contendership match for the United States title. Bray Wyatt, Christian, and it's coming up next on Raw. So here we go. Matt, pick me a winner.
I'm going to have to go with Bray Wyatt. I think he's just more skilled and going to be able to take it to Christian, and especially having Luke Harper out there to help watch his back, it's going to help him out.
Look at this. Oh, big clothesline by Bray Wyatt. Started off, and Christian really has to be careful with these big shots from Bray Wyatt. I say this match at Survivor Series is very impressive, Matt, between these two, with Bray Wyatt coming out on top. Again, guys, just like to let you know, if you want to watch any of our past pay-per-views, any of the past shows that we've done, two ways of doing it: on our YouTube channel, which is Non-Stop Wrestling UK. Also, if you want to check out our Twitch past broadcasts, past highlights, do so, and you will see all of it on there as well. Myself, Dave Easton and Matt Rhodes usually go through the pay-per-views. So we've got to say, Matt, coming up to WrestleMania in just 13 nights, end of season 1. Who knows? You could even be on it. You could be wrestling in it.
I'm hoping to be.
So there you go. It could be a very interesting night indeed for everyone involved. Bray Wyatt going for the elbow, missing completely. Christian managing to get out of the way of that one. And you have to say, Matt, Bray Wyatt, I have been so impressed with what he's done here in NSW. And despite the weirdness of him, he's still a very young man.
Yeah, he's definitely got the bloodline, though. I mean, he's definitely one who's picked up on the wrestling nuances and how to set people up in the right position to go for the best maneuvers.
But it's just all this strangeness about him. I just don't sort of understand. You see, in the ring, he can get the job done, but outside the ring, he's one very scary dude.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to think, though, outside the ring, that might be just a kind of gimmick or persona he's trying to portray, that once he gets in the ring, he's kind of focused on what he needs to do, and he's a very accomplished athlete.
Gee, look at this. Christian having a very hard time here, getting any offense going. Wyatt, again, with Luke Harper on the outside, looking after things. Wyatt in complete control of this #1 contendership match. Christian really needs to just try and get something going. Any kicks and punches. Raw continues. We'll be back. #1 contendership match. Who's going to win? Stay with us to find out. Join the superstars of Non-Stop Wrestling on Superstars on Wednesday evenings at 11 o'clock in the UK, 6 in the East, 3 in the West. Join the wrestlers of Raw and SmackDown as they battle it out on Superstars Wednesday night. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Non-Stop Wrestling Raw for Monday night. We're in the middle of a #1 contendership match for the United States title. It is Dave Easton here with SmackDown's Matt Rhodes. Matt, during the break, Christian got back into it at last.
Yeah, he's starting to kind of find a way to take out Christian in this match.
And just as we say that, Wyatt, Oh, Sister Abigail. I've never seen anyone kick out after Sister Abigail. Christian managing to find a way to dig deep there. And remember, Daniel Cage looking on here, knowing one of these guys will be his opponent at WrestleMania. So you've got to see, Matt, they're pulling out all the stops here tonight.
Yeah, they definitely want to be the #1 contender for that title belt.
Christian trying to get something going here. First person I've ever seen kick out of Sister Abigail. Nice swinging neck breaker again. If he can hit that unprettier, he could be over. Look at this. Nice kick
Almost.
out. And now Luke Harper on the apron distracting the ref. Let's Bray Wyatt get back in control here. Nice shot to the back of the head. What is Bray Wyatt thinking of here? Referee
he's setting up for something.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking of trying to do there. Into the armbar. Oh, and a headbutt into the shoulder blade. Really Wyatt is back in control here. What is he setting him up? Trying to soften Christian up once again. And now into that very submission move. Stretching the arms out. Christian needs to get out of this. Christian in a lot of pain, especially that shot to the shoulder blades. Maybe that was what was setting up. And that is it! Christian has submitted. And Bray Wyatt is your new #1 contender, Matt. And you have to say, Bray Wyatt set that up perfectly.
Yeah, he started working over the left shoulder and just kept going and got the tap out at the end there.
And that is it. We now know at WrestleMania it is Daniel Cage versus Bray Wyatt, United States title on the line. And Christian comes up short again against Bray Wyatt, Matt.
Yeah, it just shows that Bray Wyatt is definitely the more dominant of the two wrestlers, and it'd be a definite brawl for the championship when he goes against Daniel Cage at WrestleMania.
Indeed. Oh, now what is Bray Wyatt doing? He's done enough here to Christian. He doesn't need to do any more. Surely he can just leave it alone. Come on, Bray Wyatt, you don't need to do this. Hold on, who's at the top? Who's that? It's Daniel Cage! Yes, at last, Daniel Cage repaying the favour of what Christian did a few weeks ago. Oh, the United States champion, really, Matt, a change of heart from this guy over the last few weeks, and really repaying the favour for Christian and what he did when Bray Wyatt was going to do exactly the same thing to him just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, nice to see him kind of stick up for him.
And but coming up next, Matt, he is the World Heavyweight Champion. It is Daniel Bryan, and he's going to team up with the guy who he's going to face at WrestleMania, and that is Antonio Cesaro.
Be interesting to see how the champion and challenger can kind of put aside their differences for one night and try and get together to win this tag match.
Indeed, but look who they've got to face. Former world champion Chris Jericho and Ryback of all people. Now a part of the Your Heyman guys. This is going to be very interesting indeed.
Yep, the brand new Paul Heyman guy. Nice addition to our group.
So let's now see what happens here. And Chris Jericho, well really Matt, to talk about these two guys coming out, they're now part of your little Heyman guys. What about Chris Jericho?
I think Chris Jericho's definitely had his troubles recently, but he'll start to get things back on track, and I think the addition of Ryback will help maybe light a fire under Chris Jericho to do a little bit better.
Well, Jericho has now some sizes back up. This guy, a very shocking turn of events, now becoming a part of the Paul Heyman guys, is Ryback.
Yeah, I'm really liking the fact that we got him in our stable now.
But why Ryback? Why? Why do it? That's what I want to know. Why has he all of a sudden turned his back really on the NSW fans and really now decided to join with Paul Heyman?
I think it's just the change in his whole aspect and whole look on the way he wants to conduct himself.
Well, here he is, the world champion. It is Daniel Bryan, and listen to the fans. They are right behind this guy. They love Daniel Bryan. Ever since coming in here in Elimination Chamber, he has took the NSW Universe by storm, holding onto the championship through defenses through Ryback, Mark Russ. This guy is in the main event of WrestleMania, but we all know who he's going to face, Matt.
Yep, Antonio Cesaro, his tag team partner for the night.
And we've seen last week the Kings of Wrestling really exploding when Antonio Cesaro and Cassius Ohno couldn't get along. Now, all of a sudden, Antonio Cesaro is now going to tag team with Daniel Bryan. And here he is, Matt, the challenger for the world title at WrestleMania. It is Antonio Cesaro, the winner of the Royal Rumble, the first ever NSW Royal Rumble. And he's he's known for a few months now that WrestleMania, the end match at WrestleMania awaits him in 13 nights.
Yeah, he's been waiting and anticipating and probably counting down the days until he got his title shot.
Indeed. What a way to end season 1 of non-stop wrestling. To know that it is Antonio Cesaro and Daniel Bryan fighting for the world title. Wow, it's just, but for tonight they've got to be on the same page, and you've got to see it. Chris Jericho, Ryback, just on paper looks an awesome team.
Yeah, and having Paul Heyman out there to kind of solidify that team is going to be a definite factor in this match, I think.
Well, we will find out. Can Daniel Bryan and Antonio Cesaro really team up, really be on the same page? Know that. What would your strategy, Matt? You're a wrestler here in Non-Stop Wrestling. Talk us how what you would do if you were knowing that your opponent is your tag team partner for a match in 13 nights. What would you do? Would you try and be a teammate? Would you go against him? What would you do?
I'd probably try and stay teaming with him, but maybe let him do most of the work.
Well, there you go. That's what you get if you're probably coming straight from the Heyman guy's mouth himself.
As champion, you might want to protect yourself and make sure you have the advantage going into the event.
Well, that is very true. Remember, Paul Heyman, you can never be too close. Well, I know I'm not going to say much because you're here, but you've got to always be careful. Keep one eye on him at ringside.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that he hasn't been there to kind of distract and maybe trip a couple people here and there, maybe even distract a wrestler every now and then, but the manager's got to do what he's got to do to help his talent win.
What about him pinning Joe Disney at Survivor Series?
It was a nice win for Paul Heyman to show that he is most definitely the superior manager here in NSW.
Well, I would if you heard SmackDown on Thursday, I think Joe might have a different a little bit of an opinion for that one, since he did say that he enjoyed pinning you in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, oh man. Like I said, that match kind of had its problems. I tweaked my knee halfway through the match, and I kind of had to let him pin me to kind of get out of the match.
Well, let's see. Continue on here. Daniel Bryan, well, they seem to be tagging quite well. Bryan catching Ryback with a nice spinning neck breaker there. And really, if these two can team, what a team Daniel Bryan and Antonio Cesaro would actually be. If they actually put their mind to it, of course. Definitely not going to think about that in 13 nights. Big main event, WrestleMania. As I say, if you want to watch it, guys, you can do so. It'll be live on our Twitch TV channel. We will start with a special WrestleMania Sunday Night Heat. It will kick off at 9 o'clock in the UK. That'll be 4 in the East, 3 in, 1 in the, sorry, I apologise. It actually won't. It'll be 5 in the East because of the time difference. Have I got that right? Yes, because it's 4 hours. So yeah, it will be 5 in the East and 2 in the West. I nearly got that wrong. See what you get for time changes, and 9 in the UK, 5 in the East, 2 in the West. Make sure you do join us. And Matt, as you say, will be there. But let's hold that thought. We'll continue on right after this. Non-Stop Wrestling WrestleMania will end Season 1, November the 3rd, 2013. It is 9 o'clock in the UK, which will be 5 in the East and 2 in the West. Oh, well, at least I managed to get that out properly this time.
Yeah, a little tongue-tied there for a bit.
It's this day. It's when the UK changed their times. You've got to remember. I forget it's this Sunday. So next week, guys, remember Raw will still be on 11 in the UK, but it will be an hour later for you guys in America because of the time difference in the UK. So there you go. So please remember that it will be an hour later for you guys. So if I get this right, it should be 7 in the East and 4 in the West.
Yep.
There you go. So there you go, guys. I'll get that out. Back to the match. Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho fighting right out in front of us, and Antonio Cesaro not really moved, just letting things go here.
Yeah, I think that these two would be a great matchup to see Chris Jericho and Daniel Bryan go at it.
Hopefully we may see that in Season 2. Who knows? But continuing on, look at this. Jericho just showing the dominance over Daniel Bryan. Just a swift kick to the back, and Cesaro just pacing backwards and forwards. Bryan hits a nice reverse elbow, and now look at this kick of his own, just some of his own medicine back to Chris Jericho, and now trying to hit in the submission move here. And look at this. Can he? I think maybe a bit too early, but trying to wear down Jericho here.
Jericho was able to get out of that one.
Yeah, look at this. Nice again reverse neckbreaker by Daniel Bryan. To Cesaro seemed very happy with that on the outside. As Bryan, but Bryan caught with a belly-to-belly overhead throw. And
that's that veteran skill like that Jericho has.
Yeah, you've got to see
stuff around.
Definitely a big asset to the Heyman guys when you've got someone like Jericho with a nice insecurity right to the back of the head. Bryan though pops back up. Jericho though continuing on, just the arrogance of just a slap to the back of the head, and Jericho in control here, going for the walls of Jericho here, like trying to lock it in. Can he get him? Yes, he can. Has got it in. Really, Daniel Bryan nowhere to go here. But look at that! Look at the power of Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, nice reversal. Nice way to kick out of that Boston Crab.
Well, yeah, indeed. Jericho locking in really the walls of Jericho. That Antonio Cesaro hits right back out of the way. Can Bryan put Jericho away here? And look at that code break out of nowhere in the middle of the ring. Cesaro gets on the outside, may not have seen it. Jericho gets the 3, and there you go. What an upset that is.
Yeah, nice win for our team.
Well, there you go. Jericho and Ryback have pulled the win out. And you've got to say, what is that going to do to Daniel Bryan, knowing that he has just been pinned in the middle of the ring 13 nights away from WrestleMania?
Yeah, it's definitely going to put a little downer onto Daniel Bryan going into WrestleMania, and maybe it might give a boost to Antonio, thinking that, someone at least can pin Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, Cesaro has just left again. Like last week, ladies and gentlemen. That is it, we're out of time. Non-stop wrestling war is over. What a shocking end. Ryback and Chris Jericho pick up the win. We are now going to move on to Superstars on Wednesday night as the countdown to WrestleMania continues. For myself, beautiful Steve Easton, Matt Rhodes, see Matt, thank you for coming along again. Say goodbye to the fans.
See you later, fans.
And you will see Matt on SmackDown this week. Big match for Matt. Make sure you do watch him. And from us, it's over to Mundo and to Jess for Superstars. Thanks for watching. Do like, subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, give us a cheeky follow. For myself, good night.